Incoming transmission.
This is a GNDN special presentation. GNDN presents Starfleet Week in Review. With your hosts, Commander Jace Alexander and Lieutenant Commander Elev Voss.
Transfer complete.
Live from the GNDN studios in Earth Space Dock.
Greetings, you've accessed the Galactic News Data Network. I'm Jace Alexander.
And I'm Elev Voss. Welcome to Starfleet Week in Review.
Tonight, breaking news on the recently declassified USS Discovery mission and legendary starship tours. Our destination, the legendary space station Deep Space Nine.
We'll be right back after this network identification.
Incoming transmission.
Deep Space Nine, originally known as Terok Nor, was one of the most historically, politically, and strategically important space stations in the Alpha Quadrant during the latter half of the 24th century. The space station was constructed by the Cardassians in orbit of Bajor during the occupation of the planet. Under Federation administration following the Cardassian withdrawal, the station was relocated into the Bajoran system's Denorius belt. There, Deep Space Nine became a vital commercial port and defensive outpost due to its location near the mouth of the Bajoran wormhole. It later became a key strategic location during the Dominion War for both the Dominion and the Federation alliance. Terok Nor had extensive ore refining and transport facilities that occupied the large docking pylon structures, and was built to accommodate up to 7,000 people, as well as process up to 20,000 tons of ore per day. The impact the wormhole had on the station was enormous. Rather than a minor orbital servicing station and transfer point, Deep Space Nine had the potential to become one of the top commerce stations in the entire quadrant and one of Starfleet's most important outposts. Deep Space Nine remains a major repair and resupply depot for the Federation and Bajorans, as well as for explorers to the Gamma Quadrant.
We'll be back after this network identification.
Incoming transmission.
Security authorization accepted.
This is GNDN, the Galactic News Data Network.
Welcome back, and we hope you enjoyed your tour of Deep Space Nine. Each week we'll feature a new starship, starbase, or planet that you can explore with your crew.
Tonight, we begin a 16-part series focusing on an incident that happened during the early days of Starfleet. This incident, which we'll be referring to as the Discovery Logs, took place during a chapter in Federation history commonly referred to as the Edge of Night, which lasted from 2245 through 2290. Concluding with the signing of the Khitomer Accords in 2293.
As Starfleet officers, we feel compelled by our oaths to report the truth, but not just the truth as it is generally accepted, but rather our obligation is to dig deeper to help each of us better understand from where we came and how we, in the year 2417, are still being affected by the decisions of our past.
This is a story about the battle for the soul of Starfleet and the Federation itself. Since the founding of the Federation in 2161, we have been an interstellar federal republic composed of planetary governments that agree to exist semi-autonomously under a single central government based on the principles of universal liberty, rights, and equality, and to share our knowledge and resources in peaceful cooperation, scientific development, space exploration, and defensive purposes.
In 2245, two factions emerged in Starfleet, led by two very influential admirals. One faction, led by Admiral Heiichiro Nagora, was a proponent for the peaceful exploration and scientific research that reaching into unknown space would provide.
The other faction, led by Admiral Alexander Marcus, were more militaristic in their planning, feeling that beyond the duty to protect Federation interests, we should, by force, meet any opposing power that would prevent our spread throughout the quadrant.
Both factions had design bureaus working on various concept vessels, with Nagura's team focusing more on long-range vessels of exploration, while Marcus's focused his efforts on firepower and fast attack vessels.
It is within this background that our story takes place. The Marcus faction had built several ships and were anxious to test their firepower against any aggressor species. In 2254, he found just the right opportunity. By manipulating events, Marcus and his faction ignited a spark that nearly caused the collapse of the Federation.
But our story is not one of admirals and diplomats, rather of the ships and crews caught up in the incident, how they responded, and what were the ramifications of their actions.
Over the next 15 weeks, we will reveal the newly declassified logs of the USS Discovery, its crew, and their mission. Here's what we know so far. The crew and civilians involved with the incident are as follows. Lieutenant Commander Saru, a science officer serving aboard the Discovery, and the first Kelpian to enter Starfleet. Kelpians were hunted as prey on their home planet, and thus evolved the ability to sense the coming of death.
Captain Philippa Georgiou, captain of the USS Shinzao. Georgiou was described as an explorer who loved the universe, and particularly possibilities of seeing new stars, but also someone who had seen the horrors of war.
Captain Gabriel Lorca, captain of the USS Discovery, who was noted as a brilliant military tactician.
Ambassador Sarek, a Vulcan astrophysicist at this point in his career, also the father of legendary Ambassador Spock, and the surrogate father of Michael Burnham.
Lieutenant Commander Michael Burnham, first officer of the USS Shenzhou. She was raised as a Vulcan by Sarek and is the first human to attend the Vulcan Learning Center and the Vulcan Science Academy. As a young girl, Michael and her parents were visiting Vulcan at the invitation of Sarek when Burnham's parents were killed in a Klingon attack. Sarek felt responsible for Michael, so he took her in and raised her as part of his family.
Cadet Sylvia Tilley, a cadet in her final year at Starfleet Academy, assigned to the USS Discovery. She works under Stamets aboard the Discovery and was roommates there with Burnham.
Lieutenant Paul Stamets, a science officer specializing in astromycology, which, as you know, is the study of fungi in space.
The journey never ends. Mapping stars and studying nebula is not the essence of Starfleet. Charting the unknown possibilities of existence, that is the exploration that awaits us. After all, we are not human beings on a cosmic journey, but rather cosmic beings on a human journey.
We will be here each week disclosing more information as it becomes available. Thank you for accessing the Galactic News Data Network. I'm Jace Alexander.
And I'm Elev Vass. This was Starfleet Week in Review.
Incoming transmission.
Security authorization accepted.
You are watching GNDN, the Galactic News Data Network.
Thanks so much for watching, but before you beam away, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are released.
You can also interact with us on Facebook or come meet us in person in InWorldz. Links in the description below.
Want to live long and prosper? Hit that like button and help us reach 1,701 likes.
Leave a comment below and let us know where you'd like to boldly go within the Star Trek universe. I'm Jeff Horne.
And I'm Jack Marshall.
Live long and prosper.
Transfer complete.